It's Pride Month. How do I know this, you may ask? How did I come about this arcane knowledge? Well, young Padawan, you see, it is because every single shitty corporation on the face of the earth is shouting it at me at the very tippy-most top of their voluminous voices, while simultaneously urging and begging me to purchase all of their nonsensical goddamn splishy-splashy color madness merchandise. I mean, look at this offering from Starbucks right here. What is this even supposed to represent? I think I might spot like a I think that is one of their flag kind of things right there. I mean, this is a maddened designer's idea where they just took an entire colored palette, threw it at a design document and went, that's awful. That is absolutely, genuinely awful. We will never sell this unless we slap Pride Month on it. And voila! Suddenly, like homosexual hotcakes, they fly off the shelves. At least you'd think so, considering how energetic the marketing has been. And before I go any further, allow me to be as thoroughly blunt about this as I possibly conceivably can. Pride, in its current day iteration, has absolutely nothing to do with equality before the law, with fighting against discrimination, or any of that stuff. It is a 100% purely commercialized holiday that has been dragged out now for a full month for maximum market saturation. Now, is that true in every nation of the earth? No. But you don't see a whole lot of pride parades in Saudi Arabia, do you? Nor do you see the various companies change their icons in those nations. It's only over here in the West where, as I mentioned, pride in its current iteration has been utterly superfluous for a decade plus. 2, maybe, hell, possibly even 3. It's been a while since this was a genuine question for debate over here. And yet, nevertheless, you've got Dunkin' Donuts making their variant, which is simply just a donut with some colourful topping on top of it. You've got Disney, of all the heartless corporate monsters, just slapping their logos on a bunch of colourful rainbowy nonsense. We have gay Minnie the Mouse, we have gay Mickey Mouse, we have gay Darth Vader. And I do love that, by the way, as well. The fact that you have gay diversity Darth Vader, gay diversity stormtroopers, as we'll get to in a bit. Ah yes, the Empire in Star Wars. That surely is what leaps to mind when I think gay rights. Oh heavens, it is awful. You've of course got Apple, you've got Adidas, and you've got goddamn Microsoft. And Microsoft tops them all in terms of absolute, awful cringe. And they too, they demonstrate the fact that pride, man, it almost has got nothing to do even with sexuality anymore. Once upon a time, the idea of the Pride Parade was to say, hey, we're gay and that's okay. It's fine. We have the same rights as everybody else and our sexuality is irrelevant. Now, however, well, you might see the addition of the Pride swastika down here, for example. I do love the Pride swastika. It is a lovely little thing. So let's have some examples here. Queer rights or human rights? You know what? Yeah, I agree. That's entirely fair. Being gay is entirely natural, and nobody should be making even this goddamn big of a deal about it. Let's move on. Black trans lives matter. Black Lives Matter is pride now. Stop Asian hate is pride now. All right, we've co-opted this quite thoroughly at this point. But this one takes the cake. I mean, crowbarring in BLM nonsense, crowbarring in stop Asian hate, etc. That's one thing. I guess that's kind of related in a way. But let me just read you this one. As a queer, indigenous, non-binary, two-spirited warrior queen... God, the LARP is strong with this one. I embrace my Lakota culture, my political background, and constitutional rights to elevate indigenous justice. Holy hell, how do you even begin to unpack that? My Lakota culture, my constitutional rights, as a two-spirited warrior queen. That is too dense for me to even begin with. And what are these colors? I mean, I recognize that the letters keep continuing, which is why they simply just gave up and slapped a plus at the end. But what is even this? What, yellow? Is that because you're... I'm not gonna say that. No. What's the white for? The purple, the black. Is that the twin warrior spirits? I don't even know anymore. It has been so thoroughly co-opted that my political background, it's no longer about gay pride. It is either about corporate culture or it is about politics, straight up. They don't even try to hide it. It is so out in the open, it's not even funny. And of course, the corporations themselves. Disney hit with sexual orientation discrimination suit on first day of Pride Month. Here you have the gay stormtrooper, the icon of the evil empire, and it could not be a more fitting example. It is literally, like, here, think of this. This is a stormtrooper. This is the brutal enforcer of the empire. The kind of guy who'd gun down civilians and not think twice about it. It's just simply law and order. It is the literal space fascist with the thinnest veneer, a literal coat of paint on top of him to be like, yeah, gay pride, pew pew pew, oh look at that city ran real fast, didn't he? He even tried to run serpentine and everything, but I got him in the end. It's disgusting. Like, it is cyberpunk corporate dystopia is what it is. Oh boy. Now, allow me to actually get to the point here, because I'm having too much fun with this goddamn awful shit. We're seeing a lot of this these days. And no, this is technically isn't even a gatekeeping video, though I am using, and hear me out here, I could not resist having my avatar be, of course, myself perched buck naked upon a slowly melting piece of butter whilst talking about this. Because it is simply just too gosh darn delicious. That's how that works out. Absolutely. Oh, and my camera's busted, but hey, details. I would have chosen this anyways, because again, beautiful. Let's bring it into line with the recent Lord of the Rings nonsense, right? Because you saw, of course, there the One Ring fan side arguing that, we've fought against bigotry all our existence. There were so many people who looked at Sir Ian and went, oh god, this is the worst thing to happen to the Lord of the Rings ever. How could a lowly homosexual be cast as Gandalf? Doom, doom, I say. Or at least so they claim. When asked for citations for this, for evidence, for an indication, because nobody had seen hide nor hair of this previously, well, proof is merely more evidence that you have a bigoted mindset, don't you know? This is the reason why you've gotta watch this stuff with eagle attention. You've gotta keep an eye on it, and you've gotta call it out for exactly what it is. No matter how pointless it may be it the upcoming Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series, it is a perfect target because it is going to be massive. If it's good, great. If it's terrible, well, that's an opportunity to shove it down their throats and hopefully make a better product next time. And as for the entirety of the Pride nonsense, point and laugh, my friends, because it is the most blatant form of corporate co-opting you can ever see. I mean, this should be a joke. This should be an absolute point of ridicule. Disney being sued on the first day of Pride Month whilst releasing literally dozens upon dozens of merchandise and going, hey, we're totally on board with you, homosexuals, TMs, pay us money now. Love, Disney. God dang it. It is the actual image of a cyberpunk dystopian corporation which basically prints out letterheads for Pride Month, where they just change the colors and the text is exactly the same. Increase productivity now or be sent to the flesh farms. P.S. Love will win in the end. Ay. It is a good excuse to have a little bit of a point and a laugh at it because, again, after seeing Microsoft's page on this, how could you resist? Candy brings plenty. I want to make another joke as well, taking into consideration the lady in question's proportions, but I think that might be too low-hanging a fruit even for me. And hey, I've been going after some low-hanging stuff recently, haven't I? Pride Month, ladies and gentlemen, or at the very least, the shameful, disgusting, co-opted shambles of it that remains. I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for watching. And I hope to see you all again soon, if I survive the month without laughing myself to death. Have a good day.